Good morning to all of our SVM 12 students. Today we are going to see about the topic torque on a current loop. That torque on a current loop is a principle in our electric motors. In electric motors, their electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. That function is based on that torque on a current loop. This torque on a current loop is fundamentally based on that force on a current carrying conductor. If a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, that current carrying conductor can experience a force. That is the base to make produce a torque on a current loop. That a single wire going to make a loop. Loop means it may be in a uniform shape or non-uniform shape. You connect one end to that another end of that wire, you will taken that loop of the wire. But here we are taken basically rectangular shape of that loop. Rectangular shape of that loop. In that motor, torque is used as a principle that we are going to see. We are going to derive the expression for that torque on a current loop when it is placed in a magnetic field. That is. Okay. The torque expression we are going to see. For that, we have construction. In a magnetic field, uniform magnetic field, we are going to place a rectangular shape of that loop of the wire. The magnetic field produced by the magnet, if the magnetic poles are too closer, there can be produced a uniform magnetic field. Anyway, we are going to take a rectangular loop. That loop ends are named as PQRS. This loop, these two are length side, these two are breadth side. Anyhow, this is going to place in the magnetic field, in a uniform magnetic field. There we are using a magnet which has a north pole and a south pole. The magnetic fields are acting from north to south, not only here, from beginning to that end of that loop. The magnetic field is act from north pole to south pole. They are producing a uniform magnetic field. But a magnetic field strength can be taken as particular value, that is a B vector. Then we have axis of that loop. Axis of that loop. This axis we are going to describe in that Cartesian three-dimensional coordinate axis. There this axis is going to taken in along y direction. That's why the field acting direction may be taken as a x direction, that can be expressed in I cap. That axis of that loop, that is taken in y direction, that may be taken as a j cap. After that, to that plane of that loop, perpendicular line, that can be taken as a normal line. That normal line going to act along that z-axis. That's the direction can be taken as a k cap. So that's why the plane of the loop is in the plane of that xy. Normal line, that normal line, perpendicular line is along that z direction. Then now if you pass a current from P, Q, then R, S. Suppose if you are taken a current direction is this with a single loop, single turn. If you pass a current through that loop, each and every part, it is a rectangular shape. It has two length side and two breadth sides. Each part can experience the force due to the magnetic field when you pass current through that loop. So the force on that PQ side, QR side, RS side and SP side we are going to calculate. Any current loop placed in a uniform magnetic field, we are going to prove net force is 0. Even though net force is 0, there we have a torque we are going to take on. That's why to that plane of that loop, perpendicular arrowhead, that is a n cap. N cap is a normal vector, unit vector which is acting perpendicular to that plane of that loop. Then this n cap is going to take on the position of that coil in a magnetic field. That is nothing but orientation of that coil with magnetic field is taken based on that normal vector n cap vector. Now we are going to take a very simple one. Plane of the loop is parallel to the magnetic field. If a plane of the loop is parallel to the magnetic field, normal is perpendicular to the magnetic field. First we will see that torque value when the plane of the loop is parallel to the magnetic field. That's why we are going to take a first case. We have the two cases we are going to see. In that first one is unit vector, that is n cap. Unit vector n cap perpendicular to the magnetic field. Perpendicular to the unit vector means plane is parallel to the magnetic field, normal is perpendicular to the magnetic field. That normal perpendicular to the magnetic field position we are going to tackle. Due to that, already we have mentioned magnetic field is act along that x direction. That's why the magnetic field B vector equal to along the x direction we have magnitude and the direction. B vector is equal to B into I cap. In this magnetic field, we have a current loop rectangular shape. That rectangular shape of that loop, we are going to divide into four sections. Rectangular loop is divided into 4 sections. 4 sections. The sections are two length side. One length side is named as a PQ. Another length side can be taken as a RS. Apart from that, we have breadth side QR and SP. Okay. We are going to take that length as a. Length value may be taken as a and breadth can be taken as a B. In general, we are going to take length is L, breadth is B. Anyhow, in our book, length is taken in a small a, breadth is taken in a small b. This is going to describe in that 4 part. That is the first section. That is PQ is the first part, QR is the second part, RS is the third part, and SP is the fourth part. First section we are going to take, that is case A, force on PQ section. That is a PQ part. When through the PQ part, if you pass a current in a magnetic field, it can be experience a force. According to the magnetic Lorentz force, we have the general formula: F vector is equal to IL vector cross B vector. That we are going to take on. That is F PQ part. That's why F PQ vector equal to, in general, IL vector cross B vector. We know that B vector can be taken as B into I cap. But here, length element vector for that part PQ, which direction it is acting? Outward direction. Inward direction is a y-axis. That is, outward direction is a negative y-axis. That is y prime. Y prime is nothing but minus j cap. So that's why here B vector is equal to B into I cap, then L vector is equal to A into minus j cap. So if we substitute F PQ vector equal to, that is IA, that is negative, minus IA into j cap cross B into I cap. That I small a B is taken out. There we have minus j cap cross I cap. That we know that j cap cross I cap is nothing but minus k cap. That minus k cap, if you multiply it with the minus, we will get that plus k cap. Then we can take on from this, that is IAB minus IAB of j cap cross I cap. Then j cap cross I cap, F PQ vector equal to minus IAB into j cap cross I cap can be taken as minus k cap. This minus is going to taken with that. That's why PQ vector, that is a force PQ vector, F PQ vector is equal to IA into B into k cap. So on that PQ side, forces act along that positive z direction. Then we have the second section. We have taken, that is a case B. In that case B, we are going to calculate force on QR section. Force on QR section. That force on QR section can be taken as F QR vector equal to, generally, IL vector cross B vector. Then we know that QR L is B, that is act along that positive x direction. That's why it can be taken IA, that is not A, that is B, because brush side B into I cap cross B into I cap. So we know that we have the cross product of I cap cross I cap is equal to 0. That's why this force becomes a 0. The force becomes a 0. First force, F PQ vector, there we have a value and it acts along that positive z direction. But second section force becomes a 0 because of the cross product of an I cap cross I cap. Next, case C, force on RS section. We know that formula, general formula, F RS vector equal to, that will basically IL vector cross B vector equal to, that is the length side, that the current is flowing from R to S, that's why that is along that Y directions, and basically we have taken that the magnetic field is in X direction, positive X direction, that's why IA into J cap cross B into I cap. So there we have J cap cross I cap. J cap cross I cap can be taken as a minus K cap. So that's why this value IAB into minus K cap. J cap cross I cap can be taken as minus K cap. That's why F RS vector is equal to minus IAB into K cap. This is the third one. Next we are going to derive for that fourth one. Case D. Force on that section. That is, what section means? That is SP section. SP section. That's why F SP, current is flowing from S to P. It is F SP vector equal to basically IL vector cross B vector. That moving from S to P means in that what direction we have? Negative X direction. Negative X direction means we are going to use minus I cap. That's why breadth side it is, that is going to taken as B into minus I cap cross, that is I small b into minus I cap cross capital B, magnetic induction, magnetic field into I cap. Here also we have I cap cross I cap. I cap cross I cap becomes a 0. So 4 forces are calculated. Then we want to find the net force. We want to make a vector sum of all the four forces. In that we know that 2 forces are 0. 2 forces we have a value that we are going to substitute in our equation, net force equation. F net vector. F net vector equal to first vector, that is F PQ vector plus F QR vector plus F RS vector plus F SP vector. Then we know that we have the value for that F PQ vector. What is the value? That is plus I A B into K cap. That is a positive Z direction. Then second one is 0. Third one minus. We have that minus I A B K cap plus 0. That is fourth one is 0. So if you added, vector added, we will get that force, net force value is 0. Net force value is 0. So net force on a current loop when it is placed in a magnetic field is 0. But there we have a 2 forces, F PQ vector and F RS vector. The 2 forces, one is act in the direction of positive Z direction, another one is act in the negative Z direction. So that's why the 2 forces are not a coplanar. If the 2 are coplanar, we are not having a torque, but the 2 forces are not a coplanar. Due to that, the 2 forces can called as a couple. Couple can act on a rectangle loop to rotate. That and the rotating ability of that magnetic field for that rectangle loop can be taken as a torque. Torque basically we have the symbol tau. There we are going to take on that net torque. That's why torque tau net vector equal to what are the torques we have that we are going to take on. That's why total torques. That's why summation symbol I is equal to how many forces we are mentioning 4 sections. That's why I is equal to 1 to 4. And we have the torque formula, perpendicular distance into one of the force. That's why it is Ri vector cross Fi vector. We know that the two forces are 0. That forces will not produce a torque, but other two forces we have on that length side, that forces going to produce a force. So for that we are going to take a simple diagram. Is a F RS vector is a F PQ vector. Is the inward one is positive y-axis. Positive y-axis. We know this is a total breadth. So that's why it can be taken as B by 2. Then remaining also B by 2. Along the y-axis, the rectangle loop maybe makes a rotation. We know that this direction is positive plus I cap. This direction is taken as negative I cap. Negative I cap. Is if you move from that center to this direction, it is a positive x direction. Axis to that this part, negative x direction. That's why we are mentioning that. For a F PQ vector, the perpendicular distance is going to take on B by 2 into minus I cap. For F RS vector, perpendicular distance is going to take on B by 2 plus I cap. That's why F net vector is equal to, first one we are going to take on, that is for that F PQ vector, there we have perpendicular distance minus B by 2, that is a minus I cap can be taken as minus B by 2 into I cap into force F PQ vector. We know that F PQ vector is taken as I A B K cap. Okay, this is the first one. Then second one is 0. The third one we are going to take. For that third one B by 2 into I cap cross, what is that? I A B into what we have there, that is a minus IAB into minus, so there is a K cap. That's why here we are going to tackle minus K cap. The two are added. Here IAB common. There B by 2, B by 2. Then we can tackle either common or half a part of that going to add with that next half a part. So we will make some simple arrangement. I small a small b. Small a into small b, that is the length into breadth. Length into breadth is nothing but a area of the loop. That's why we are going to take an I capital A. How we are getting that capital A? That is the area of that loop can be taken as a capital A. B into A, breadth into length. Okay. After that B by 2. There we have minus I cap cross K cap. Minus I cap cross K cap. Okay. Next also we are going to take an, that is plus small b into small a capital A. That's why IA capital B divided by 2 into minus, that is I cap cross minus K cap. So this minus I cap cross K cap can be taken as K cap cross I cap. Similarly, I cap cross minus K cap can be taken as K cap cross I cap. K cap cross I cap can be given that J cap. So instead of these two, we will substitute J cap. Then we have IAB divided by 2, IAB divided by 2. Half plus half becomes 1. That's why IAB into J cap. This torque is going to act along the positive y direction. Torque is going to act along that positive y direction. That torque on a rectangular loop, when it is placed in a uniform magnetic field, if the plane is parallel to the magnetic field, the torque value is IAB into J cap. Then we are going to see the plane is rotated, that normal makes theta angle with that magnetic field. That we are going to derive, that is the general expression. Okay. Next we are going to see the general expression of the torque when that plane of the loop is makes any angle. That's why n cap, that is a unit vector, normal vector, making certain angle with the magnetic field. Unit vector n cap makes theta angle with the magnetic field, with the B vector. So for that we are going to draw the diagram. Magnetic field can be produced by the magnet which has a north pole and a south pole. Magnetic fields are acting from north pole to south pole. Okay. In that we are going to place a loop certain angle. For that we are drawing a diagram. Okay. Suppose here magnetic field is acting means is a normal n cap. That n cap makes certain angle theta with that magnetic field B vector. If you pass a current in this direction, PQRS is a length side is a taken, length is taken, the breadth is taken, B. Current through the conductor is I, and the magnetic field is B. The plane is rotated some angle, but the magnetic field is along the x-axis, that is I cap. When axis of that rectangle loop, rotating axis is along the y-axis, that can be taken as a z-axis, and is a upward axis, that is a k cap we are going to take. But here normal of the loop is not along that k cap direction because of its rotation. So that's why n cap makes a certain angle theta with the magnetic field. So on that PQ side forces act upward direction, RS side force act in downward direction. If it is taken as a F, it is a minus. Now also we are dividing the four sections. On that PQ side we are going to calculate the force. Force on PQ section. That is first one, first case, F to PQ vector is equal to, that is generally IL vector cross B vector Then is a lens side. Lens side is first that PQ lens side is act along that y directions, negative y direction. That's why IA into minus j cap cross B can be taken as B into I cap. So if you taken F to PQ vector is equal to, that is IA B of minus j cap cross I cap, it can be taken as IAB into K cap. That PQ side experience the force along that positive z direction. Then section B is a force on QR. So that's why we can take an F QR vector is equal to, general formula is IL vector cross B vector. In that we have a brush side and the current is flowing from Q to R, but not parallel to that magnetic field. It makes a certain angle, that is a normalis makes certain angle with the magnetic field. That's why that length element vector we are going to resolve into two components. For that, very clear, horizontal axis is taken as x axis, x prime, upward direction is a, inward direction is a y direction, upward direction is a z direction. That's why z prime, and q end we are going to take an q r. We know that normal makes this is n cap makes theta angle along the b direction the magnetic field is acting. If n cap makes theta angle with that x direction, means this one makes angle 90 minus theta. So at this point we want to take a very clear QR side current element makes 90 minus theta with that magnetic field direction. So that's why that L vector we are going to resolve into two components. First, adjacent side component is a brush side. That's why small b into, what is that, cos of 90 minus theta along the x axis, that is I cap. Then downward, upward axis is a positive z axis, downward axis is a negative z axis. That's why you can take on b, that is a perpendicular side, that is a b sin of 90 minus theta into minus k cap. So that's why you can take on, for that QR side, L vector is equal to b cos of 90 minus theta into I cap plus this b sin 90 minus theta minus k cap. That's why minus b sin of 90 minus theta into k cap. So we will simplify that. L vector is equal to b cos of 90 minus theta sin theta into I cap minus b cos that is sin 90 minus theta can be taken as cos theta into k cap. That we are going to substitute that f QR vector equal to, that is I common taken. We know that b can be taken as along that I cap direction. That's why b sin theta I cap cross I cap becomes a 0. So this part, product of that magnetic field becomes a 0. That's why we are left out. Then remaining factor is we are going to take on to multiply that minus b cos theta into k cap. Then cross b into I cap. That's why f QR vector equal to I b cos theta into minus k cap cross I cap, that is becomes a minus j cap, FQR vector equal to minus BIB, B, that is small b, that is IB cos theta into j cap. That is the side of the force on that QR side. Next one, on that we are going to take on third side, case 3. Which side means that is a RS side. There already we have calculated, that is a FRS vector equal to, that can be taken as minus IAB j cap. We have already calculated in that first case, that's why we are going to take on minus IAB j cap itself. For the fourth case, we are taken SP vector is a whole, that is a IL vector trans B vector. Then this L vector makes a certain angle. There we are going to take on a diagram. This is the x-axis, is the z-axis, is the z prime, sorry, x prime, this is the z prime. Then here we are going to take on is a breast side of SP. That makes here angle is 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta. Then this breast side resolve into two components. Along the negative axis, along the positive z axis. The negative axis minus b cos of 90 minus theta into I cap, here b sin of 90 minus theta into k cap. So based on that, we will get that fourth force F SP vector equal to, already we got that RS, that is QR side, that is minus IBB cos theta into j cap, but this side is this one is taken, that is opposite side. That's why I small b capital B cos theta into j cap. We will see first force is, that is QR, that is PQ side force is taken as, that is IAB k cap, and third one is IAB minus k cap, downward direction, IAB that is minus k cap. Next third case is that is a cross product of the two vector becomes that is minus k cap. Then second one minus IAB cos theta into j cap. Fourth one is plus IAB cos theta into j cap. Then we are going to calculate the net force, F net force. That F net force becomes a 0. F net force becomes a 0, and that second and fourth forces are at the breath side outward. Because of that rigid, that sides will not taken outwards, that will rigidly. But first and third force going to rotate that coil. That rotating is going to taken very simply as a breast side. Downward force is upward force. Then here middle point we are going to take on is a n cap, that is along that y direction, there is a torque direction, and here 90 minus theta, here also we can take a 90 minus theta, that we are resolving. Finally we will get torque, tau vector is equal to, total torque we are going to calculate it, tau vector is equal to, we have a single term only, that's why basic formula is R vector cross F vector. But in that two torques we are going to add, that is B by 2 sin theta and B by 2 sin theta is taken, and finally we will get F, that is a tau vector, torque vector is equal to IAB sin theta into j cap. Direction of that torque is along that y direction, that's why we are going to taken. If we have a single turn, that the net torque on that loop can be taken as tau vector is equal to current through that loop, area of the loop, magnetic field into sin theta into j cap. This is acting, that is a tau vector, we have a direction, act along that y direction. If you substitute that theta for any value, that normal makes certain as any angle with that magnetic field, if we substitute it, we will get that position of that torque on that rectangular loop. That is tau vector is equal to IAB sin theta into j cap is the general formula for that torque on a rectangular loop when it is placed in a magnetic field. Okay, thank you for all of our students.